Hey,
Now.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Shop Talk Live, a gardening question and answer show where we answer all the amazing questions that we get from all of you.
This is episode 1, so we're really passionate about seeing this succeed, but stick with us. It might take a moment. But this is going to be a lot of fun. This is our chance. We have so many amazing people in our community. I'm going to take these off. I don't need them. Who give us so many great questions, whether it's online or in store. And a lot of times, I always wish I could share so many of these responses we have, or even the questions themselves or the comments themselves with everyone else. So this is our opportunity on a weekly basis.
We finally did it. We made a show where we can share with the masses the things that we talk about every day here in the shop.
So welcome to Shop Talk.
Yes.
And so let's run it down. What are we kicking off? We're gonna cover 4 questions that we've been getting over time here.
Yes. So the first one we're going to do is what's wrong with my house plant, and it's an actual question that we received from actually a good friend of mine who has a house plant that is struggling, and we're going to tell her what we think is going on and how she can fix it. The second one is what's your favorite indoor pest spray, and we absolutely have a custom super easy recipe.
Super good.
The third one is, should I use fabric pots? We get this one all the time, and we've got the pros and cons of those.
And it's a question of when and why. So yeah,
it's a great one. And then the fourth one is, what's the easiest way to plant greens?
And so we're going to give us what we've come up with as our easiest method to grow greens.
Yes, really, it's your custom greens
It's a new way.
method.
I'm just starting. It's the first time I've done this new way. I had another one I would have shown you a month ago, but I'm pretty stoked to show you guys this at the end.
It's going to be great.
Let's dive into this.
All right. Question 1. What's wrong with my houseplant?
All right,
that is almost verbatim the question that I got along with this photo of a Dracaena, and it's a beautiful plant. Here are the clues that I got once I probed a little bit. This plant has been in the same location, in the same pot, with the same watering schedule for the last 3 years. And so all of that is really good hints for us because it rules out things like a sudden change in temperature, humidity, lighting, a new watering schedule, new location. All of that we know is consistent. So what has happened? My best advice for this is that given that the leaves of the plant are clearly starting to struggle, you're seeing some yellowing and some browning, I suspect that this plant, 2 things have happened. This plant has grown out of its pot that it's lived in for the last 3 years. You can see how large it is with that big, beautiful foliage. And in addition to running out of room for its roots to go and uptake nutrients, it's also eaten all of the available food that it can get with those roots. So I think that that's what's going on. Matt, do you have any other suggestions?
100%. It looks like this underlying healthy. Let me try to move this. We got to figure this whole overlay thing, as you can tell.
That's perfect. I love that.
There we go. But you know, you see some health to it, but then you see other areas where it's struggling with those patchiness. And to me, that's just, I need more room for my roots. And in general, you know, people I find tend to underpot plants because of the fear of overwatering, which is true. The smaller the pot, the quicker it drains out. But the truth is, if you're really tight about your watering, the more root space, the more soil there is, the better your plant's going to do.
Yeah, and the last.
So this one needs some new soil.
I totally agree. The last thing I'll say is I asked if there was any visible pests. There weren't. That's another thing to consider. And then root rot occurs when the roots start to overlap. They suffocate each other, and roots need air to be healthy. Otherwise, they literally rot. So I suspect those roots have started to circle, touch around each other, and now they're getting some root death, some root rot.
Yeah, if there's no space between them, the soil in between starts compressing, and there's just no air flow, and then it goes anaerobic. No air, and bad stuff happens.
All right, well, feel free to chime in with any additional questions, but I think we solved it. I told my buddy she needs to go up a pot size and put some fresh soil in there, and she can bring all of the original existing soil, but it needs fresh soil, which will come with fresh food and a larger pot.
You have to be patient. So Ashley, hopefully a few months from now, she'll send us a photo update. But, you know, even after transitioning a plant sometimes in a situation like that, you almost start seeing what looks like the plant's continuing to go to hell, but it might actually be, oh wow, I've got this great scenario now to grow my roots out in, and I'm going to drop some of my older unhealthy leaves and then put out some new ones. I don't know if Jacquina, and did we decide what the proper pronunciation is?
There's a few different, but Dracaena I think is one of the most popular ways to say it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
so stay. You know, there might be a little bit of a one step backwards and then 2 steps forward. I don't know. That's not the right saying for that.
If it was in the right pot size, I would say just to fertilize. But because it's been in the same pot for 3 years, by repotting with fresh soil, you'll get 2 birds, 1 stone, fresh food, and a larger pot.
Absolutely.
All right, next one is, what's our favorite indoor pest spray?
Oh, I forgot this one. This one's awesome. I'm stoked. Are we going to make it? Are we
I was going to show.
Let me switch over. Is that?
However you want to. Well, I can just do it right here. Yeah. So our favorite is, we do a 1 gallon, and I'm going to tell you why all these ingredients. We use a pump sprayer. And we do 1 gallon of water in the pump sprayer. The reason we do a pump sprayer is because you get this great wand. And then, oh, nice, Matt. And then you pressurize your mixture. And then you can kind of really get in and underneath cracks and crevices, which is where pests like to hide. Yes, I love this. Okay, so what is my actual recipe? It's a 3-part recipe mixed with that 1 gallon of water. And it's 4 ounces of isopropyl alcohol. The reason is alcohol is incredible at dissolving the waxy coatings of pests. And so this one works on contact and kills pests immediately. So we do 4 ounces of this. Oh, hi, Deli. And then we do 2.5 ounces of insecticidal soap. Insecticidal soap is made from fatty acids, which dehydrate pests. It provides kind of like a suffocant, which kills them as well. So we love that. So we've got dissolve, dehydrate, and then we do 2 ounces of neem oil, and this one gets the disrupt as its word. And the reason is the active ingredient in neem oil is azadirachtin. And azadirachtin works to disrupt the reproductive cycle of pests, so that you can kind of prevent them from hatching, and it also can disrupt their feeding. In addition, it leaves a coating, so it can provide some long-term support to prevent pests from coming back. So this kind of 3-part in a 1 gallon sprayer is our favorite. We do have a 2.5-minute video on YouTube that kind of says all the same things, but also has, in check form, exactly how to make it. So I can't say enough about this.
It works so well. Yeah. It's really nice. It's just, at first it basically dries them out, and then it creates a protective layer. And also, one nice thing about mixing the alcohol with the neem, the alcohol basically solubilizes a lot of the neem, so then you get this really even coating on the leaves. It's funny,
That's a great point.
I wasn't, here, I'm going to put this back down, I guess. We can switch over. Oh, boy. I should switch first. See, this is what I mean. We're a couple rookie mistakes. Sorry. Let me make sure the sound's still good. And, so one of the things I love about using isopropyl with neem is sometimes neem will kind of get gloppy and you'll see almost splotchiness after you spray. When you mix it with isopropyl, it allows like a really thin application layer, so you're having really consistent coverage. And I've noticed that plants I've been spraying consistently, you'll touch them and they'll feel a little waxy. Now, for agricultural plants with thinner leaves, or any plant with thinner leaves, I really worry. I had, coming from someone who was growing, agricultural, like produce, tomatoes, veggies, whatnot, lettuces, I stopped using neem because thinner leaf plants that grow quickly, like the annuals, they tend to get really dried out and beat up by neem oil. But for waxy house plants, it's great. They almost seem to do better after spraying them.
They look so shiny afterwards.
It's sold as a leaf shine, and I get why. So yeah.
It's an awesome mix.
All right, so now we're getting mobile?
All right, now we're getting mobile. We're going on a bit of a field trip to answer question number 3. Should I use fabric pots? And boy, do we have some opinions on that.
So let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, you want to...
I'm in charge of the camera.
Oh.
How do I...
yeah, maybe I will...
well, no, it's looking down now.
Yeah, it is. All right, ready? Let's... all right. See, you got to mess with these things.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Let's hand that off.
Great.
And let's see. Oh. Got to turn it around.
Turn it around. Life is good.
We're old noobs.
All right, so you get a quick view of the shop.
All right, so we're going to move it back to the shop. It's shop talk, so we should be talking about the shop. Okay, this is something,
Just
we're going to get back to at some point. This is our big mega aquaponics setup we've been building. So this is going to be, 4 or 5, we're not sure how many we're going to be able to cram in, layers of propagation cells. And the idea is this is going to be a 150-gallon angelfish tank, which is going to pump water over a control flow. And then mixed with fertilizers, and then we're going to have 100 sites here for growing plants.
yes,
It's
this is
super
our
cool.
aquaponics propagation setup, 150
We
gallons. It's
got
going to
really
be
far with our
awesome.
buzz. Patrick was the lead helper on that, and after it's giving us a moment to kind of think about what to do next, which is cool. So, all right.
All right, Matt, should I use fabric pots?
Ooh. There's definitely times where I use it. Let's go like that. Is that good? Okay.
Nice. Yeah,
So
yeah,
here's some
yeah. I'm
fabric
going to have
pots.
you a
So
5
if you're
gallon.
wondering what a fabric pot is,
Here you
there
go.
are plenty. Yep. Boom. So it's this one's a felty, black fabric here, and you'll see different texture types. Like we started carrying these. I really like the gray. I'm sorry, this is all wrapped up. Any that are not wrapped,
Yeah.
I can show people. Yeah. So you can see, this is a little bit, softer, and there are things to consider with the material, right? Like this is probably going to take longer to get dirty. This one, because it's lighter, you're going to start seeing stains more. But I do love lighter colors because it reflects more light. So the lighter the color, the cooler your roots will stay. And I think the more you can have cool roots and warm leaves, the better off you are typically. The big idea behind these fabric pots is called air pruning. So basically the roots hit the wall of this fabric pot and it's dry and they stop growing and then they shoot roots internal to that. So you'll have these nice bushy healthy roots, whereas if you've ever seen in a plastic pot when you pull one out that's overgrown, it's just wrapping around the bottom over and over again, and there's a concern that that's really bad for the plant. Although sometimes I kind of wonder how bad it really is. I don't think it's the best thing. I think seeing a nice bushy root system is great, but you do have to be careful because these do dry out overall a little bit quicker. So if you're someone who tends to kill your plants from drying them out, this could be a bad call. If you're someone who tends to overwater though and get root rot, this is a great call for you.
So, yeah, one other thing I'll say about that, because of the air pruning, which I love, it literally means it's impossible. Oops, I was right. It literally means it's impossible for that root circling to happen.
Yep.
So you can't get root rot caused by a plant that's in too small of a pot. In addition, because when the roots hit the side of the pot, instead of circling, they'll branch again, these tiny little branches. So you're getting the maximum amount of root surface area for pot size that's available to go get nutrients. Obviously, you can have larger roots in a plastic pot of the same size, but if they're overlapping, they're not doing the work. So you're getting a lot of root area that's all able to go out and pick up those nutrients, which is great.
Totally. And we also sell like these rain science pots people ask us about, which we do love in certain circumstances. They last forever. They're made of plastic. They are about triple the cost. The time I really like these, I love this outside because of the white coloring. Definitely keeps the roots a bit cooler than having
the
sunlight hit
same
the
as a
black.
fabric pot,
But
just it's a
indoor, if I'm
woven
cramming
plastic.
together, I'd probably go with the cheaper option,
Yeah.
to be honest.
And the last thing I'll say is if you plan on transplanting your plant, you might want to go plastic because the root structures are branching. They usually tend to just kind of lightly adhere to the walls of the fabric pots. If something's going to live in there a long time, who cares? We have some very large house plants that are in these beautiful fabric pots. And if we ever do transplant them, we'll lose a little bit of the roots around the outside, but that's okay. There's plenty of root mass. But if I'm doing a much smaller plant that I'm going to be transplanting in 6 months, I'll just go plastic because we all know they just slide out so easy.
Yeah, like if I'm growing tomatoes to then put outside and I'm growing them in 1 gallon, to say to get them a little bigger, I'll do it in a plastic pot so I can just slide them right out. It's so much easier than getting them out of a fabric pot where the roots are just intertwined.
Yes. But we did grow our tomatoes, our seeds directly in 30 gallons last year, fabric pots. And it was great because we weren't transplanting them. They got giant. They were these awesome
They were
fabric
growing
pots.
through the fabric pots into the ground. So
yeah, that's also really
which
cool
was cool.
too.
It was okay with us.
Yes, yeah, it was awesome. The roots will actually go through the bottom of the fabric and then re-thicken and go right through.
Yeah, I wonder if they'd be better if they were ripped out. I wonder if that's constraining them ever. I always wonder about that.
Yeah, it's a good point. Some people cut the bottoms out.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, great. So that was in the fabric pot. The
Question
last thing
last
we were going to do.
back there. Let's do it.
All right, is
Let me read this
greens.
here.
All right, I'm in charge of
It's funny, I've been, thinking about all these different ways for growing greens, and we do have to grab some supplies back here quickly, if that's okay,
It is
to get our
okay.
next setup going. So, all we really need for this, I have the fertilizers up front, and it's basically, I'm using a really basic fertilizer system. So I'm gonna grab one tray, and I'm gonna grab these super cool cocoa blocks down here that we sell. And I just love these. And so I've been using these for a ton of things. Some of them are manufactured a little weird where there'll be like a really big one for some reason. It's like 2 of them stuffed in. So that's why I put that one back. But I'm going to put, what should I put? 8? I think I put 8 in there, but it looks like I could do 10. All right. So let's bring these back and wait till you see what these do. It's so cool. Oh, and computer on top. Boom. So got our supplies. Oh, and we need to go to pick out some seeds. I just remembered. I forgot to
Oh,
get seeds.
to the loading dock.
To the loading dock real quick.
That's fine. We can.
Let's put this down and then we'll keep going to the loading dock. What do we feel like growing today? I see. Let me show you guys what we're going to be recreating. So this was a week ago that I got this going, and this is now time to take the dome off. So I had the dome on just to get it started because I didn't want any of the seeds to dry out. But right now, these are a week old, and the idea will be in 1 week, and this row right here is mesclun, and this one is romaine. And so a week from now, these will be big enough to be microgreens, right? And so I'm going to let them grow another week. I'm going to take the dome off now that they're sprouted. In 1 week, I'll do a really nice harvest of microgreens. I'll probably leave maybe like eight romaine and 8, mesclun on each side. And what I'm going to do there is let those grow up for another few weeks. And a few weeks after that, I'll trim down some baby lettuce and some baby greens. They're a little more mature than the microgreens. Microgreens are the first true leaves, which I'm going to chop out in a week. And then I'm going to thin those down and leave 1 or 2 in each one of these pots. And I'll be able to harvest a mature romaine and mature lettuce out of each of these. So it's going to be awesome. And that's the methodology I like growing. I'm new to using these, and when I started messing with these for propagation of other plants, I was like, wow, these could be perfect for growing greens in, because they're, I used to just fill the bottoms of these up with soil. It was kind of messy afterward, not very easy to do. And this is perfect, gives me a little extra height, and I'm super stoked about this. So let's go pick some seeds out. All right, we're gonna leave the computer here. I hope this works. All right, follow me. We keep our seeds on the load dock. Mandy, what do you feel like growing next?
Let's see what we did. We did mescaline.
And High Mowing, I love these guys. They're out of Vermont, great organic seed company. Super cool.
We're doing a sale, buy one, get one free, end of season.
Yep. Ooh, what about some spinach?
Yeah, spinach and kale.
Kale, okay, the classics. Let's do it.
Right
Can we do
door.
red Russian kale?
I mean, that dinosaur kale looks insane. But
All
yeah,
right.
white Russian.
I think there's not a ton of seeds in both each, so maybe we
All right,
do 2 variety. Why not? Let's see how many if we need them. Let's do it. All right. All right. So, oops, sorry. So this is so easy to do. All right, first we're gonna mix. I've got 2 gallons prepped for water. And let's put this bucket up here. I'll just show you guys. I'm gonna use, I forgot one more thing, but I will get it after this. I'm gonna put in, because I'm using cocoa, I'm particularly concerned about calcium and magnesium deficiencies. Cocoa tends to bind that up. So I'm gonna add this CalMag in. And for this, I'm actually gonna do 20 mLs, which is a lot. It's recommended at 5 mLs a gallon, but I'm personally gonna do 20 mLs. That's 10 mLs a gallon, because there's 2 gallons of water in here. I don't know if you can see this. Here, this might be, yeah, is that working? Or, oh, is the gimbal not on? Let me see something.
Oh, did I mess up?
Oh, it is. No, never mind. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna pour 20. Okay, a little more than 20, I guess, which is fine by me. This is pretty hard to overdo. There's certain things I would be a little more concerned about overdoing. CalMag, especially when you're growing in calcium, I found just really isn't a concern to overdo. All right, and then I'm going to use this Pure Blend Pro. Shake it up. And this is just a great all-in-one nutrient mix, which I really like using. And I'm going to use this now on the lightest, which is 7 mLs a gallon. So I'm going to put 15 mLs in here. Okay. Okay, you can see this is barely, very light looking. This is not a strong fertilizer mix. Clean the bottle off in there, you know. Let me see something. And there is one more thing I do want to grab a little teaspoon of it, and that is microbes. I think it's really particularly important when you're first getting started. So,
Did you want to see something on this, did you say?
no, it's okay. I'm just going to grab a little scooper.
Got a little bit of a construction zone going.
I'm going to grab the tiniest amount of my microbe mix to put in this, just to keep the roots, actually, a little bigger than that because I'm using 2 gallons. Okay. Just to get the microbes going. So this is a healthy microbial mix. And this is this is the life, right? So this is the good life that will protect the plant and also prevent the bad stuff from showing up. And I've just found immense success with using this. I use a number of microbes and then additional inputs to kind of get it going. All right. Now I'm going to actually do this on this table just because that way if it spills, it doesn't destroy a computer. So I'm going to move this guy off. And wait till you see how easy these guys are. Oop. All right. All right. I'm going to start pouring it over here if you want to.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were.
Yeah. No, I was just moving those guys over.
Sorry.
All right. So you got to open these guys up. So easy. Here, I'll move that back for you.
Sorry. Thanks, honey.
Oh, you're good. All right. So you got to open these guys up like that, right? And just pop them wide open. And I found about a half liter gets it really going. And so easy. Now watch how quickly these expand. You just got to open them up. I'm just going to go through and I'm going to add a half liter to start for each of these. And so when asked what the easiest way to grow greens was, I thought this was the easiest one. And it seems to be working. The start looks good. But please, if you're out there and you're like, I have an even easier way, let me know. Actually, let's just do 4 in each. That seemed to fit well. I'll probably top them off a little bit more. I added, probably I'll add an extra 200 mLs probably, like a third of one of these scoops in addition. I'm fine tuning it as I learn, but and the best part is if it gets too wet, I'll just drain out the bottom tray after, so it's not a big deal. Man, did you want to do the seeding part? I feel like you did, or do you want me to just do the whole thing? I can do the whole
Whatever you want. I mean, I'm doing my best as camera person.
Lady. Yeah, camera person. All right, so I'm going to add a little more in to each one, maybe to a quarter scoop on each of these.
Yeah, I don't mind keeping it going.
Doing great.
Hope I'm not making anyone at home sick.
That gimbal's
my camera work.
Last show we did not have the gimbal attached to the iPhone, and it was rough for viewers, I'm sure.
I do think I might have bumped a button on the gimbal, but everything seems to be fine.
It looks good, okay, right? Good. I don't know if there is anyone watching, so fortunately these early days you don't have to. All right.
Look at how fast those puffed
up. So I just fluff them up a little.
You don't show them what's in the white. Show them what it started as.
You want to see? Okay, yeah. Pull a little brick.
This is how it started.
So this is inside each one of these. And so that's right in there, and you fill it with water, and it's so quick to expand. It's unbelievable. It's fun. I don't know how they get some cocoa to expand quicker than others, but this is definitely the fastest expanding cocoa I've ever seen. So
cocoa is an inert media, meaning that it doesn't have any food for the plant. It just is a medium to hold the root structure. So that's why Matt added that veg, that grow formula. And then in addition, it tends to suck up a lot of calcium and magnesium So that's why you added a good amount of CalMag as well.
All right, now let's start. Yeah, exactly.
Did I say that right?
That was perfect, yeah. So let's start off with spinach. We'll do this row closest to me with spinach.
All right, tell us your seeding strategy.
Oh my, just try to evenly distribute. So I'll start off by just putting them in there, you know.
And I think the key is
There's tons. This is so many seeds. This is awesome.
We're overseeding, but we'll let the majority grow to microgreens. We'll eat those, and then we'll leave behind a few plants in each one, which will then allow to grow into mature, a mature green.
I can't believe how many they put in here. This is chock full. Thanks, High Mowing. This is beautiful. Sometimes you'll open a seed pack and you're like, "Are you kidding me? I paid what for this?" This is pretty generous of spinach. Spinach has bigger seeds, so but you need a lot of seeds to really get a good planting. Especially if you're eating the baby greens, the good stuff. Greens are the quality is better and the smaller it is. The older it gets, the tougher it is from a perspective. It's harder for humans and pests to eat. All right. So and then we'll do some kale on the next one. Dinosaur kale.
I mean, how can you not?
I want to see what dinosaur kale.
Exactly.
I want to know what it tastes like. One crazy thing, kale is a brassica, and it is the same species as what else? Broccoli, cauliflower. What else is kale? Chards. It's nuts. They've all just been, and you can see the seeds are a little smaller than the spinach seeds, the little guys. These are small for kale seeds, actually. I'd say. I feel like the kale seeds I've grown in the past have been a lot bigger. So I'm actually going to just do 2. There's a lot in here, but nonetheless, like, I'm going to just kind of move them around. We'll see. You never know how you did on this part until it actually sprouts up. All right, so let's put this one, and I'll just tuck these here to know what's what. And I don't know, I guess we could look at the video as to how long this took, but it feels pretty quick, pretty easy. Nope, that's not how you're supposed to open the packet, but
we're going to use them all.
All right, get them in there.
Yeah.
Drop some in the water.
Good.
Good job, Matt. All right, just kind of toss it around.
Now, how long ago did you plant the other tray? 1 week?
A week ago, yeah. Not even,
I'll just
right?
show quickly. So 1 week.
I think it was like 6 days.
Should look like this. And then we'll harvest, in about another week, we'll harvest the majority of these as microgreens.
Yep.
And we'll leave a few plants in each container to grow into adult spinaches, adult lettuces, adult kales.
But here, I am now done. I am gonna put the dome on these. Let's put these next to the other guys. And so there is some extra water in the bottom of this tray, you can see. So I'm actually literally, I don't know if you can see that, and just pour it out. And I'm gonna leave a little in here just in case it decides to absorb more. I don't think it will. I'll check on it, but I am gonna keep the dome on until they sprout. Because otherwise, if it dries off of the surface, they won't pop right, or they will just die, or they'll start to pop and then die. So once they pop, I want to take the dome off, though. I should have taken the dome off, honestly. Maybe it's perfect. You don't want to wait too long, though, because they can get really leggy, and they can also start getting some disease on them. But I think we did it probably at the perfect time. Maybe yesterday was the perfect day to pull the cap off looking at these. You can see, though, they're just starting to think about getting some real leaves in. They just have their first leaves right now, but next couple of days we'll see some real leaves coming in, and then we can harvest next week for a delicious microgreens salad. And I think
that's it.
Here, let me let you sign off then, since I've been chatting away.
No, you did awesome.
All right, so
I
guess we both did. Yeah.
Selfie.
Yeah, look at this.
All right, we got it.
All right, well, thank you guys.
Thanks so much for joining us. You can comment on this video or any of our other videos with questions you have about gardening, and we'll include them in upcoming episodes.
Until next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you.